The original Dragon Ball manga is seen as the most influential manga of all time, and the Dragon Ball Z anime is the most influential anime of all time. It is seen as one of the greatest pieces of fiction ever made. In Dragon Ball Z's sequel series, Dragon Ball Super, not so much, it's not that good. Some of the biggest problems with Super is rehashing old ideas, and not in a good way, characters backtracking their growth from their previous character arcs that they had and just kind of regressing. Really random pacing, and some people would even say that there's some character assassination. And today I want to go over how I would rewrite Dragon Ball Super's anime, so no, I won't be covering the Moro or Granola arcs. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to keep it a bit more simple, and just name a bunch of really small details that if you change them, make the series better. And also, I still like Dragon Ball Super, I just think Z is way better. Let's start with the first saga. The Battle of Gods movie is actually really good. I think it's perfectly paced, tells a good story, introduces a new unique form really well in a unique way, and introduces new characters who are cool and compelling, but the anime version of this arc is really poorly handled. I know about some of the shitty animation that it had at the beginning due to executives forcing animators to rush out these episodes instead of just giving the animators the time they needed to finish the episodes. But whatever, they learned their lesson, they learned not to rush the animators, and the Blu-rays fixed all the animation errors. But all that shit, I don't really give that much of a fuck about. What do I do give a fuck about? The whack-ass pacing. Having a few episodes to establish where Goku and Vegeta and everyone else's lives are after the Buu saga, that's all fine and dandy. But I feel like they spend a bit too much time there. And they spend way too much time at Bulma's party here as compared to the movie. But really, the arc itself and the story it tells is actually pretty good. I would just say watch the movie. And basically just have the movie be the actual version of this arc. One of my biggest problems with Resurrection F is how it's always like, hey, do you remember Super Saiyan Goku vs. Frieza? Well, here's a new version of that. Do you remember when Piccolo sacrificed himself to save Gohan? Do you remember Gohan going Super Saiyan 2? Do you remember when Master Roshi's name was on the Epstein flight list? No one seems to want to talk about that one for some reason. We know what you did, you bastard. Super Saiyan Blue is introduced similarly to Super Saiyan 3, where it just kind of appears and you don't really get to see the training of it. In the anime, you get to see a little bit of the training, but the introduction itself isn't exactly the problem, it's just that it was introduced this early. And now God form feels less special. Have Yamcha be involved in helping the Z Fighters fight off Frieza's army. Gohan not training makes total sense for his character, but don't have them rehash the Piccolo sacrifice moment for him to go Super Saiyan again. Just have him start getting his ass whooped, and then he unlocks Super Saiyan again. Sure, not that original, but I do think it's a little bit better than this rehash. This still doesn't make it that good of an arc, but it makes it a little better, at least in my eyes. Oh, and when Frieza turns gold, have Goku and Vegeta just be in their god forms, and have them struggle against Frieza while they're fighting him. Oh, and before Frieza's army arrives on Earth, show Goku and Vegeta training with each other, and show a few scenes of Vegeta training more than Goku. While Goku's sleeping, maybe Vegeta's staying up, training even more. I think they did this in the anime too, but I'm not sure if I'm remembering it right, but I want to actually do something with this. While God, Goku, and Vegeta are fighting Frieza, you know, they're struggling, they're getting their shit kicked in by Gold Frieza. And then Vegeta, who has been training more, combines Super Saiyan God with Super Saiyan and transforms into Super Saiyan Blue. He then whoops Frieza's ass and kills him, finally avenging his people. Goku would be shocked at this new power that Vegeta unlocked, but it would make sense because Vegeta's been training more. And so he would end up unlocking Super Saiyan Blue first, and then he would also have more time to master it. When Blue was first unlocked, it was said that it had some stamina drawbacks similar to Super Saiyan 3. So maybe Vegeta is only able to use it for like a minute or two at the max, and right after he kills Frieza, he runs out of energy and powers back down to base form. And I don't want to contradict Vegeta's Kakarot, you are number one speech, so since he surpassed Goku, he's not going to think that he's number one, that he's better than Goku. To not backtrack his character and maybe even show some growth, he would just see them both as equals now. He would see himself as equal to Kakarot. And to still follow up on his character arc in the Majin Buu saga, he wouldn't really care that he surpassed Goku this time. He no longer cares about besting Goku, he just cares about getting stronger for himself and protecting Earth. And that's how I would do Resurrection F, but I don't know, this arc's just not good. Number 1, don't have Buu fall asleep. That was fucking stupid. Buu does almost nothing in this goddamn show. Like, I still don't like him sleeping in the Tournament of Power, but getting Frieza in there for that cool shit he does with Goku, fine, whatever, do that. But just at least have him stay awake for this, because I actually want him to do something in this show. Base Cabba should not be the same level as base Vegeta with God Ki. You can actually still have Vegeta threaten Cabba and say that he's, gonna kill his whole family and planet and all that shit. And then Cabba goes Super Saiyan, and not only does he go Super Saiyan, but he also has the multiplier of a Rage Boost, so maybe he gets a few really good hits in on Vegeta, but then Vegeta just powers up a little bit in base form and defeats him. Have Vegeta say that he wasn't even using his full power, but he would like to, still train Cabba and all that. You see, I could actually believe Cabba being on par with Vegeta at base form if he had God Ki, but he doesn't. And he's not like Broly, who's just some freak of nature, he's just some guy. So I think this decision would make Cabba's power scaling a little better. Have Frost actually be a good guy. Don't pull that stupid ass twist and have him be like, oh, he's actually still a bad guy, because now he just feels like a cheap, bootleg Temu version of fucking Frieza, when it would have been a lot cooler to have a good guy version of Frieza, and I would have actually liked Frost. Also, Vegeta's gonna be using Blue throughout this tournament, especially against Hit, but have Goku in God form fight Hit, and then this is when he finally unlocks Super Saiyan Blue. He finally is able to put Super Saiyan on top of Super Saiyan God. That's about all I'd really change with this arc. The arc itself isn't bad, I just have a few little problems with it that I think would just be really easy to iron out. This one's gonna be really quick. Have Trunks either unlock Super Saiyan 3 somehow, or he does the God Ritual. That way it would actually make sense for him to be kind of on par with Goku and Vegeta, and Goku Black and Zamasu. It just feels weird that him as a Super Saiyan 2 is almost on their level. I don't get it. I guess he trained with the Z Sword and unlocked his potential, and at first I thought he combined it with Super Saiyan somehow, but it seems more likely that training with it just helped him unlock Super Saiyan 2, I think. I don't know, I'm a little confused. Then again, I never actually read the Super manga, just the anime, and that's what this is a rewrite of, so yeah. I guess Dragon Ball fans really don't watch their own series. I think I might be a fraud. Oh, and then either have Goku Black and Zamasu or Merge Zamasu get trapped in the evil containment wave, or just have Blue Vegito finish them off. Actually, Trunks with the Sword of Hope, or whatever that move was called, would actually be a really cool way to kill them. It's just, basically any way of killing or getting rid of these characters is a lot better than just having Zeno come in and just hit the delete button. One thing everyone agrees with about this arc is that the ending is the worst part of it. So either have Blue Vegito or God Trunks with the Sword of Hope kill Merge Zamasu, or have Merge Zamasu get stuck in the evil containment wave. Or, better yet, do what Sparking Zero did and just do Gohan Black. It would make a lot of sense for Zamasu to want to go after Gohan since he has so much potential compared to a bunch of the other Saiyans. And after battling Frieza again, Gohan would want to keep training. And so by this point, he would still be pretty damn strong. And he would be important to the plot again, and he would become somewhat of the main character for this arc. Then we can have Gohan and Trunks doing a bunch of cool stuff and fighting Zamasu and Goku Black. Goku and Vegeta would also be there, of course, but still. I think God Trunks and Ultimate Gohan teaming up to stop Ultimate Gohan Black and Zamasu would be really cool. We can maybe even see a fusion between them if you want. Plus, I think it'd be really cool to see Gohan be the one to come back and help Trunks defeat the bad guys. And now Trunks would actually get to fight alongside the one he used to look up to. And in exchange for a much better written story, the only thing we would lose from having Gohan Black be the arc is Super Saiyan Rose. Which, don't get me wrong, it's a cool form, but I'd easily give it up to have this be the actual story in Dragon Ball Super. And if we're not doing the Gohan Black route, then maybe this can be the arc that Goku uses Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Because Vegeta unlocked Super Saiyan Blue sooner than Goku and had more time to train with it, he would still unlock Super Saiyan Blue Evolved, but this time it would make a bit more sense. I wouldn't really change this arc too much, I would just have all the other characters have a little bit more screen time and just put a little bit more emphasis on prioritizing strategy over power. This is the overall best arc in Dragon Ball Super, and I mostly just have some nitpicks with it. Okay, don't have Caulifla and Kale get Super Saiyan because their back is itchy. I know that's just really just meant to be how Goku fires it up since he's used to doing it, but still, have them actually fight in their base forms and get their asses kicked, and then unlock it that way. That would just be a lot more interesting, and it would feel less, well, it would just feel less contrived, lazy, and lame. I haven't read the manga, although I should, because I don't think we're ever getting the anime back, or at least not for another 5,000 years. And so I'm not going to be talking about how I'd rewrite those two arcs. I wouldn't really change anything about the Broly movie, aside from maybe giving it an extra 5 to 10 minutes of backstory. And with Dragon Ball Super Superhero, well, I don't really have any problems with that movie. Aside from Cell Max just kind of being boring, he's basically just a screaming red monster, and it would have been cool to see him go into a perfect form. He just does not have any of the personality of the original Cell, which I can understand. It's just it's just an inferior version of Cell. It's just he's nowhere near as cool. And how in the fuck did Goku forget what meditation was? Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell icon, and consider joining my Patreon for just $1 a month. I hope you all stay safe and have a great day. Oh, also my friend had an idea that Frieza would have PTSD seeing Kid Trunks go Super Saiyan for obvious reasons, and then he would end up fucking killing him, and that would be what sends Vegeta into Super Saiyan Blue, but Kid Trunks would choose to stay dead at least for like a year or something because he wants to get stronger and not rely on Gotenks. And now Tapion would be canon, but he would like be dead and he would train Trunks in the afterlife and give Trunks his sword. Okay, that's it, go.